Hello class, here we have summary of chapter first history tracing change 1000 years. So see in this summary we will see two map. So map first was made in 1154 CE by the Arab geographer Al-Idris. So here we can see map of map made by Al Idris, and here you can see Sri Lanka is in north direction of the India or Indian subcontinent, which is not the reality. And there were some other names also given inside India, like one famous place, Kannauj. And then if we see the second map, the map number 2 was made in 1720 by a French cartographer. Means after first map, it took almost 600 years, so there was a considerable difference between these two. See, it's more likely the present day India, which we see in maps. So this map was made by that French cartographer, and the most name of the coastal areas are given here. So that's how these two maps were different. One was just reverse of the other, means we can say vice versa. Then see one more thing, new and old terminology. So take the term Hindustan for the example. Today we understand it is India, the modern nation state, but Minhaz-e-Siraz meant the area of Punjab, Haryana, and area between the Ganga and Yamuna river as Hindustan. Means that was the Hindustan, Punjab, Haryana, and the area between the Ganga and Yamuna river. Then one more thing, in the early 16th century, Babur used Hindustan to describe the geography and the fauna and the culture of the inhabitants of the subcontinent, how people's culture is, how they live, and what trees and other things are there. That was Hindustan according to Babur. And then see, 14th century poet Amir Khusro used the word Hind, while the idea of the geographical and cultural entity like India did exist in the term Hindustan and did not carry the political and national meaning which we associate with it today. So whatever we think today that India is, that was not meant by Amir Khusro. Then see, Hindustan and their historians and their sources. So historians rely on the coins, inscriptions, architecture, and textual record for the information. One more thing, archives. See, archive, a place where documents and manuscripts are stored. Today, all the nation and the state government have archives where they keep all the old official records and transcriptions. So in that sense, storing or preserving records, archives are important because government use that particular place to preserve their records. Then see, here we can see one person is copying, so that's how when they copy in past, there's some errors generated and that carry through. So that's how it was. And then see, Ziauddin Bardi wrote his chronicle first in 1356 and another version 2 years later. The two differ from each other, but historians did not know about the existence of the first version until 1960. It remained lost in the large library collection. Then see, new social and political groups. So new social and political groups. Study between 700 and 750 is a huge challenge to historians, largely because of the scale and the variety of development that took over the period or over the years. Then one more thing, the new techniques made their appearance like the Persian wheel in irrigation and the spinning wheel in the weaving, and the firearm in the combat. So there new things were also invented, and they were the part of the society. So that's how it became hard for the historians to read about the past. Here you can see the Persian wheel, and then see the region and empires. So the large states like those of the Chola, Tughlaqs, Mughals, uh, in means they encompassed many regions. Then the Sanskrit Prasasti, praising the Delhi Sultan Ghayasuddin Balban from 1266 to 1287, explained that he was the ruler of the vast empire that stretched from Bengal in east to Ghazni in the Afghanistan in the west. Then here we can see one map of India. Many areas, regions are given of the past, and their capitals are also here. Then see old and new religions. Religions was often closely connected with the social and economic organization of the local communities. One more thing, one of the major development of this period was to emerge the idea of bhakti. So bhakti emerged during this period only. Then see, thinking about the time and historical periods. So British historians divided the history of India into three periods: Hindu, Muslim, and British. These 1,000 years of Indian history witness change, and the 16th and 18th century were quite different from the 8th and 11th century. Thank you.